Scorpio, what up, doe? Family, welcome to Swimming Through the Void. This will be a general message today for the sign of Scorpio, wherever that resonates at for you in your birth chart. Keep in mind, we all have an 8th house, part of our birth chart, and time and energy are fluid, so take what resonates here today, leave the rest for someone else. Tapping into y'all energy. Use this faceted garden oracle deck with this shaman's dream oracle deck today to help me catch the vibe. See what Spirit's trying to say. It's a big message coming through for you, Scorpio. It's kind of how it's been collectively speaking. There's some type of relevance coming up about the Scorpio full moon and the Taurus new moon that is approaching as we speak. I see new. This feels very new. It feels like a clean slate. It feels like Scorpio kind of breaking through some type of wall. What I see here, literally the wall, right? So let's just kind of break this down. Let y'all see what I see here. The very first card that came through for you was the new moon, right? We have the new moon, the wild card, cultivation, humanity, ram, and on the bottom of the deck over here, the pollinator card with the lotus. So I see this new moon being highlighted as, like I said, we're moving into this new moon in Taurus. New moons are all about new beginnings, clean slates, fresh starts, the beginning of a new cycle, right? And I see this obstacle card with this bright full moon kind of like shining through it. So what this feels like to me, Scorpio, is the full moon in your sign kind of brought something to the surface that needed to be cleared or worked through, right? And it feels like you're successfully doing that. And there's this energy where Spirit's kind of like, okay, let's get ready for this next chapter now. Breathe, ground, cultivate your energy, tidying up, cleaning your proverbial house inside, outside, and kind of clearing your aura and opening yourself up to the new, right? For some of you, I definitely see that you're working through relationship stuff, and that's coming through in many different ways. I see for some of you, you're kind of working through and releasing the old, opening up to new. I see some of you in a situation that are working through obstacles within that situation, whether it's platonic or romantic, family, friends, right? But I also see here this door opening up to a new world. I see new connections. I see new soulmates. I see you kind of, your frequency is shifting, Scorpio, and you're moving into what literally feels like a new world. On the bottom of the shaman's dream, we have the empty well. So very important to take care of yourself right now. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water, keeping yourself hydrated, well rested. Make sure you're mindful of what you're taking in through all of your gates into your temple, what you're watching, what you're listening to, what you're breathing in. And obviously physical touch as well, super important. But it feels like the slate's being cleaned and we're opening up to something beautiful, new, something exciting, something intense. And with the wild card, this card's been coming through collectively, and the kind of the message that's been coming through with this wild card is kind of like, what are you going to do with what you have, with where you're at, through all your experiences, through all the trials and tribulations, the ups, the downs, through everything you've learned and experienced. What are we going to do with that, right? It's the wild card. It's like, okay, clean slate, new me, who dis? What are we going to do? What are we going to cultivate? What are we going to put our focus and energy toward as the gate is open, flying open, right? And the same energy with that pollinator. It's like, okay, we're moving from one flower to the next. Let's make sure we're not carrying anything that is weighing us down, making our quote unquote flight any more difficult than it needs to be, right? So big energy coming through, Scorpio. I'm excited to see what's going to come through in the tarot. I'm going to pray real quick and then we'll dive into the message. World, strength on the split. Holy Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit, Spirit guides, guardian angels, archangels, ancestors, messages for my Scorpio gang and Scorpio placements for their highest good. Anything Scorpio needs to hear or know today, any messages that will bring them clarity and confirmation, any messages that will empower Scorpio, any messages that will bring healing, wisdom, understanding, any messages that will help Scorpio align with their highest selves, their highest timelines, their best lives. And of course, above all, any messages that will help the Scorpio collective and placements align with the highest divine will for their lives will be truly appreciated. All praise and glory to the Most High forever and ever. Amen. Ashe. Holy Spirit, what's the theme of Scorpio's message today? Okay, so we have this devil. We have some flipping over as well. That chariot, that moon. So maybe some of y'all can't see the victory now. Maybe some of y'all feel like you're really in the dark. Maybe some of y'all are really going through a dark night of the soul, a spiritual attack, working through attachments, addictions, some type of toxicity, right? This feels like collective is, in a sense, being liberated. I feel it emotionally. I feel it spiritually. I see it physically as well. So it's almost like cutting this string that is keeping you from moving forward. I think maybe I see some of you are quote unquote in the dark right now, going through some pretty turbulent emotional stuff. Spirit's wanting you to know that we're very close to breaking this threshold, if that makes sense, to crossing this threshold. So Queen of Swords on the bottom, maybe emotionally detaching a little bit from what's kind of happening and getting that bird's eye view, trying to see things from a bit of a different perspective, not seeing things through the lens of fears, insecurities, lack, and things of that nature. The Queen of Swords is like, okay, this is what it is, and that's that. Regardless of how I feel or anything like that, like these are the facts, and that's that. So we're going to jump into the tarot now. And we'll start with your energy, Scorpio. So what do we have here at the heart of the message today for Scorpio? What's going on with Scorpio spirit? Capricorn energy, Aries energy, Scorpio energy, Cancer energy, Ten of Swords, Five of Cups. You're leaving this old life, this old world behind. You're tapping into that inner alchemist, Scorpio, and you're shining your light into the shadows. And I feel like that's a collective thing that's happening right now, but this is really where it kind of counts. This is really where you're seeing things as they truly are. Things are clicking, things are clearing, things are shifting and changing in a big way. Like I said, this has not been an easy chapter for you, Scorpio, but if you see, this is the 10 of Swords here. The 10, after 10, we go back to 1, right? And in numerology, the number 10, 1 plus 0, is actually holding the vibrational frequency of the number 1 as well. So it's showing here that you are in this new energy, this new chapter, but I feel intuitively, and with this 5 of Cups, it's like there's stuff that's still falling away. There's stuff that's still clearing. We're still processing. We're still in these energies, and Temperance, alchemizing them. So I'm seeing Scorpio doing the damn thing. I see you holding the line, my babies. What's going on with Scorpio? Sagittarian energy. Moving behind the scenes, man. I think you guys are trying, some of you guys are really trying to, this is kind of random. This is not going to be for everybody. There's this full moon energy is very prominent out here. Some of you are like trying to break away from a toxic family. I'm seeing mother and father here. I'm seeing dynamics that are very toxic. I'm seeing betrayal coming through. And the message I see here is Spirit's really saying that that's all behind you, Scorpio, not to dwell on it. This is where I see you kind of grabbing the reins, and it feels like the divine is connecting with Scorpio and uploading them with this spark that is going to ignite kind of this action, this energetic force that is moving forward in some capacity. And I hope that makes sense. It's just kind of, I feel this gust coming for you, Scorpio. with the Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands together, that's the Three of Wands. It's like whatever we put out will come back. This is about staying optimistic about that. It's about planting the seeds, being focused forward. It's about being grounded in the now and open and aware, present enough to see the opportunities that are presenting themselves at this time for you. Feels like you're moving to the next level. You're breaking away from the pack. You're breaking tradition. You're starting your own thing and really dedicating yourself and your focus to that. So let's see what energies are crossing you. Damn, y'all, I see the Fool and the Chariot. What energies are crossing you, right? Helping or hindering you. This is the first card of the tarot. It's a major arcana, the Fool card. It is the clean slate. It is this completely new, uncharted territory. It's a new adventure. And with the Chariot, this represents divine will. And so I'm seeing this alignment with divine will as you're being guided into a new world where, Scorpio, you're going to be able to create what your soul came here to create. Six of Swords, Page of Swords, Three of Swords. So we have the Nine of Swords here. So whatever's keeping you up nights, whatever's stressing you out, whatever is kind of whatever, and I'm seeing you just ruminating in this kind of black energy. So whatever this is, and it's gonna be different for everyone, it's emotions, it's old stuff, it is energies that need to be seen right now to clear the water, so to speak. And so Spirit is saying that they have your back here, and this is about holding on, staying grounded in the center of the storm, and trusting that Spirit is guiding you to these new shores. And if you see those birds pulling the boat, that represents our spirit guides. So I feel like you've learned a lot, and you've really come a long way, Scorpio, to get here. There's a message like, don't give up. This is the integration phase of this wisdom, and truly tapping in with your inner core and following that pull. Ten of Wands, Ten of Pentacles to the Sun. So it really is literally, it's very clear to see an old chapter's done, Scorpio. This seriously is about really, really making sure we understand what we just went through on a deeper, more subtle spiritual level, and integrating that, understanding that, and moving from that new space as we prepare to step into the new world. So let's see what's incoming for you, Scorpio. What's incoming for Scorpio? I see Strength. It's flipped over. It hasn't jumped out yet. With the World. Those were the very first two cards that we saw. The World flew out. Very first two cards that we saw before we even started jumping into the message. The World and the Strength, you guys, it's having the courage to close the door. It's having the courage to take the leap. It is true alignment with your soul's destiny. It feels like karmic balance. It feels like some major karmic contracts have been kind of completed and cleared at this point, or they are in the process of being cleared. So what else is incoming? Please, Spirit, for Scorpio. I see Magician. What flipped over was the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, which is kind of one foot in front of the other, moving toward what lights you up, right? Going for it unapologetically. And so there's some type of idea, there's some type of action, there's some type of inspiration or spark coming through for you, Scorpio, that is gonna, it feels like, set you on fire. And with you coming through as Magician World, this is, the world is yours, right? Where attention goes, energy flows. This is limitless possibility. This is a huge doorway for you. Speak it, claim it, affirm it, use your voice, use your thoughts. They're extremely powerful at this time. This Scorpio-Taurus axis, this Scorpio full moon, Taurus new moon, it is very significant. So whatever you're experiencing, whatever you're going through, Scorpio, this is kind of like a big part, a big pivot point on your soul's journey. It feels important. It feels, again, liberating in a sense. So what is incoming? Anything else? The sun. So really where attention goes, energy flows. Scorpio, we have judgment on the bottom, okay? This is surrender. This is release. This is spiritual awakening and deep soul level healing. This is the entire chapter, soul chapter, coming to fruition, being wrapped up. Your advice is very simple here. Stop holding yourself back, doubting yourself. Go with what your gut, what your intuition, what that spark, that glisten is telling you, and focus on that with all your might, Scorpio. And so it is. Whatever you focus on is going to come to fruition, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. I feel like with you having your eyes on the prize, staying rooted down and surrendered in this, staying positive, staying optimistic, watering the seeds that are growing, you're going to be extremely successful. This is like you're building your new world here. You are in charge. This is all coming from within you. And so I feel like, really this is getting in that huddle with the divine and putting things together, right? In a sense, this is like, okay, where are we at? Spirit, what's going on? Let's get it. And so it is. So what's the advice, please, for Scorpio? Where are we at on time? What's going on with Scorpio? Spirit, what's the advice for Scorpio? That strength is really wanting to be seen. The Lamb of God. Some of y'all are having some type of like heart chakra activation here. For real. Okay, your advice. Y'all, this is crazy. Scorpio, this is one of the biggest, most gnarly messages in a good way that I've done for y'all in a grip. So again, full moon in Scorpio, new moon in Taurus. This is y'all portal. This is where my Scorpio family is. It's big for y'all. Your advice. Y'all. Ace of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. Scorpio, if you don't get your ass in gear, family, if you don't know that faith the size of a mustard seed, y'all, I'm telling you, whatever you are creating with the divine is coming to fruition. I see happiness, I see fulfillment, I see healing, soulmate, soul family. I see like a new start, a new lease at life is how it's coming through. Your advice is to take this damn opportunity to truly follow your heart and where your spirit, your higher self is guiding you, and stay focused. If there's classes you need to take, family, do it. If there is a certification you need to get on that shit. If there's paperwork you need to get filed. If there's any type of learning, studying, research, anything where you're adding value to yourself, where you're mastering yourself, your craft, whatever it is you're building, this is getting on it. So this is very much stay on your job, Scorpio, and know that you literally have the key to the door of your destiny. Some are going to sit in this energy because they are being attacked, right? And I think this is collective right now. That attack is very real. Some are going to sit down like this and just give into it. Scorpio, I know y'all ain't gonna be on that. It's the keys right there. I'm telling you, family, the key is right here. So let's get it and let's go. 9 of Cups here. You're unlocking your ancestral inheritance, your cosmic abundance. Literally, look at that beautiful golden energy. And how do we make gold? Well, that's what you're learning right now, gang. Becoming that master alchemist, staying rooted in the light, doing the work, taking your power back. Scorpio, let's also acknowledge the fact that the Ace of Cups is out here with the 9 of Cups. Sandwiched in between that, it's all about your inner world. Do I believe I can do it, or do I not believe I can do it? Right? If that negative voice in your head is if you're gonna let it get the best of you at this time, you're gonna stay outside here, outside this door. It's a lot easier said than done, family, but I need y'all all to know that we're all right here together right now, and this is what it really is. And I know Scorpio understands the assignment. Stay focused, family. Let's get it. Let's grab some oracle cards. Something as well about leaving the old, bringing the old is not going to work, but you know this intuitively. The old way, the old people around you or whatever it wasn't it. And so this is where you're like following that intuition, that silent whisper of your soul, and this is where things truly change for you. I think you understand this. And so it is going to be about getting out of that comfort zone, Scorpio, and letting go, surrendering. Hermit under that, taking all of this wisdom, this sage soul wisdom, and lighting it up with it. I'm gonna clear some of these energies, and then we'll grab some oracle cards. First breath, a tidy house, the wall. All right, Spirit, what's the message for Scorpio, please? We got this. Okay. We got the drum, we have the upper world, and we have the fire. So there is this fire energy, this spiritual energy, this passion, this sexual energy coming through. Again, I feel you being lit up, and there we have the staff, the wand. So hey, maybe some of y'all on that romantic tip as well. This is very, very passionate energy. Okay, what I see here though is it's like this spark is catalyzing the phoenix rising from the ashes. You're moving into this upper world. Let's actually read this, because I don't think that's what this card is about. Angels, divine helpers, and the ancient ones, and all varieties of luminous beings populate the upper world. It's the place where you go to retrieve your destiny and find out who you'll become. Discover your great potentials and undreamt of possibilities. It's also the place where the spirits of the dead arrive when they complete their journey to the light. The invitation. The upper world is calling you to step into your fully realized self. Clear distractions so that you can move into a higher density. Do not fall into the temptation to craft a slightly more improved version of yourself. What you perceive as a problem or an obstacle is in fact the irritation that you need to take the great leap. Remember, you cannot cross the Grand Canyon in 2 small jumps. The medicine. Ask your divine helpers for guidance. If the oracle has already spoken to you, do not ask for more guidance. Take what has been offered. Now you must deal with the lethargy and idleness. While support for a new destiny is not yet in place, a new destination is available to you if you act now. So there's that full moon, new moon, the obstacle, the keyhole, the 5 of Pentacles. So again, what has come up internally and externally for you, Scorpio placements between the last full moon we had in Scorpio and the 8th, we'll have this new moon in Taurus. It's something very important for the Scorpio collective coming through. $528 heart chakra. Again, that heart chakra really showing up. Self-worth. What's the message for Scorpio, please? Deer of Delta, perfume of Sophia. So we have number 26. There's that 8 again. Wouldn't be surprised if some of y'all are seeing 8s. A lot of 5 energy coming through for you as well. Okay. All right. So this is the Deer of Delta. What do you feel? What do you see? What do you hear? What do you sense when you tap in with this energy, Scorpio? Drop it down in the comments below. It's always so dope to kind of see things through everybody's lens, and I feel like it adds a whole another element, more depth, another layer to the messages. So if you get any downloads, feel free to drop them below. This is the Deer of Delta. Without any force, you can overcome even extreme negativities. Your real nature is gentle, which is powerful in its own unique way. You do not need to become something you're not. You can confidently and effectively invoke spiritual protection from the light. You can never be dominated or bullied at a spiritual level, because the real you is always empowered and protected in the light. Some things can only happen when we let go at the deepest inner level. Regenerative healing is one of them. Shamans of old understood that to obtain transformational awareness, one has to sever themselves from the world as one knows it, to unlearn what one once knew, to be reborn. In that rebirth, a new understanding and vitality, clarity, and purpose can emerge. The shamanic realm is the realm of the delta brainwave, that state of deep sleep. Here, one is completely unconscious. There's temporary paralysis at this level, which allows for the deepest healing and renewal. Here, the gateway to the universal mind is entered, and the precious recalibrating treasures of healing are gained. In Delta, we surrender completely to a great and powerful intelligence far beyond our understanding. At 0 to 4 hertz, delta waves are the slowest and most stabilizing of the brain waves. This is the state in which the body recovers from an injury and the brain has a chance to check off its list of deferred repairs and healing and restore optimal function. This includes the capacity to learn and the healthy functioning of the immune system, physically and also emotionally. So we are not contaminated or confused by the emotional or psychic workings of the world around us. This oracle brings guidance that the healing you need cannot come from logical sources, but requires a deep letting go and restructuring from within. Consider what practices and people could help facilitate this process in your life. Consider how you may value and encourage deep restorative sleep and regular retreats as a part of your lifestyle. The Greek nymph Taygete, sorry if I'm butchering that, Taygete, Taygete, called upon her beloved goddess Artemis to protect her from unwanted advances from a powerful suitor. In response, the goddess transformed Taygete into a doe so she would be safe from harm. Taygete teaches us that we can become vulnerable like the gentle deer in the spiritual sanctuary of our devotion, protected by a greater source. Then, there's no need to become aggressive or harsh to defend ourselves from the aggression of another. We can let go and allow ourselves to be held. This is a way to ward off negativities without needing to disconnect from our softness and grace. Even if you're dealing with intense negativities from a particularly powerful opponent, Deer of Delta encourages you to call for spiritual intervention with complete confidence in the grace that will instantly and consistently be bestowed. Your strength and power can flow from your spiritual connection. If you've been advised to toughen up, you're encouraged to instead remain true to yourself and find your strength within. The healing process for this energy, if you relate and if you're guided to tap in with this, it says be seated somewhere comfortable. If you're a visual person, you can follow the visualization below, allowing the symbols to enter into your soul without having to analyze or interpret them. If you're more of a feeling person, then read the description below aloud, noticing any emotions or sensations that arise as you do and allowing them to soak into your soul without needing to analyze or interpret them. So just being with this. To prepare yourself, connect consciously to your breath as it flows in and out. Allow the breath to become deeper and more complete, calming and centering you in the present moment. You may place a hand over your heart to connect with your inner essence. Relax. Allow yourself to become a receptive at a heart level, open and willing to take in symbolic nourishment to empower, protect, and heal you. When you are ready, read and visualize or just feel the following description. You're at the edge of a green forest on a mild spring day. Sunlight filters softly through the canopy, creating a golden haze. A small clearing is illuminated by the diffused light. There's a sweet doe. A sweet doe gently nuzzles at some grass. She's peaceful and intent upon her task. The scene exudes a feeling of tranquility. You see that tranquility as a field of energy. It is a protective bubble of light that encapsulates the deer and keeps her safe. You have the sense that even though she may appear not to be alone, she is protected by an invisible field of grace. Despite her apparent vulnerability, you feel safety and power around spirit deer. She survives and thrives whilst being in her own true nature. Rest in that visualization or feeling for as long as you choose. If you wish to do so, allow that feeling of gentleness and safety to emerge from within your own heart and envelop you in a bubble of protective spiritual light as you drift into a deeper rest or even sleep. When you're ready to emerge, place both hands at your heart, allow yourself time to fully enter the here and now, ground and hydrate, and then you've completed this healing process. So I hope this message makes sense for you, Scorpio, and I hope it helps in some capacity. Like I said, these messages have been huge, really, like new world, like quantum leap huge. And so with that said, I hope you're well. I hope you're blessed. I hope you're taking care of yourself, loving on yourself at this time, family. Before we tap out fully, I'd like to grab a message from this pocket-sized Kali Oracle to close out with a message from the Divine Mother. And I want to say again, thank y'all so much for being here, for joining us, for showing love. Damn, y'all crazy. A chapter in your life is closing and will not be reopened. This will be reason for celebration. Whatever you need to release right now shall create the space for what is divinely destined for you to manifest through divine grace. You shall enjoy a change of pace and a release from intensity, so open your heart to the beginning of your golden era. That nine of cups, y'all remember that card and that sun? Both beautiful golden cards headed your way, Scorpio. Wow, crazy. Spirit's saying to rest and not burn yourself out, and Spirit's means it. Like for real, honor your natural rhythm, honor your natural energy, honor the natural flow, and learn to be okay with that. Through journeying within, you will gain energy, insight, and freedom from the constraints of what has been. Allow that which needs to end to do so. You shall realize that you're not being denied, but released. There's something new on the horizon for you, so honor your losses, but keep hope in your heart for what is meant to be. Scorpio, gang, keep hope in that heart, family. Sheesh, what a message. All right, before we tap out fully, we're going to take a second to take a deep cleansing breath. We're going to use our will, our imagination, our visualization, intention to draw this cosmic energy into our body and into our aura, this prana, this chi. Picture it as like a white or gold light filling you up as you're inhaling. Take the deepest breath in you can. Pause and hold the breath at the top. As you do that, in your mind's eye, imagine yourself just glowing as bright as you possibly can. And then as we release, we're going to exhale forcefully, watching any negativity, doubt, fear, sadness, anxiety, any blockages, any lower frequencies, any BS. We're going to picture all of that in the form of black or gray, smoke or static, leaving us so the divine can help us transmute that, gang. So first things first, we're going to take a deep, full breath out, completely empty your lungs, and then we'll get this breath in. Go ahead and breathe out. Empty your lungs fully. Now breathe in. Hold it. Squeeze Mula Bandha. Lift up on your perineum. Raise that energy up your spine. Now pull it down. Lock it into your heart space. Imagine yourself glowing as bright as you possibly can. And release. Scorpio. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hope y'all have a blessed rest of your day. And I will see you beautiful beings on the next one.